this a loud test or what? There's dueling banjos and now there's dueling microphones apparently. Everybody hear me okay back there? Okay, but it sounds pretty quiet from up here.
You need the bullhorn.
I'm all but yelling.
I'm telling you, you gotta talk right into it.
Right into it, but I feel like I'm yelling at it.
Turn the speaker on. Yeah, turn the volume on.
Yeah, give me the voice.
Here. This one works. If they take the bill, Laura.
You can do that. Megaphone to microphone.
Doesn't matter what happens, a woman always has the answer.
Damn right.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we doing this morning? Are you ready for a good day? That's good. If you guys weren't here last night, we got some entertainment coming in here this evening, and we're going to run a convoy today, but we're going to do it kind of short order. We're going to go into town, up, down 495, up 395, and let them block us off with their dump trucks and everything, and then come back down 295 south to 95 and 495 south back to 270. So we make it a little bit of a shorter day. The one thing I'm going to ask, because it's a weekend, and if you've never been to DC on the weekend, there's nobody that really matters as far as government goes in DC after Friday morning. It's a bunch of tourists and stuff. So if you go into DC and you get into town, try not to disrupt their touristing too awful much, because they're not our problem. The people that we don't like aren't there. Just go drive around and let your flags and your signs speak for why you're down there, and try not to disrupt our fellow Americans too much that are trying to take the city in also. I'm going to address it one more time real quick, since there's more people here than there was last night with it taking so long to get fuel, but the comment that was made yesterday morning, because it's created quite a buzz on our movement here, about tar and feathering a certain road in DC, is not going to happen as the People's Convoy, okay? I can't control individuals, but it is not going to happen as part of this convoy, because quite frankly, that does absolutely nothing for what we're doing here. So, for all the fake news out there, I just want to make that clear. You can take that little tidbit and twist it how you want, because we all know you're going to. But that is not going to happen, okay? Just so we all know. At least not as the convoy. So, with that being said, I'm excited for today. The sun's out. There's a little bit of chance of rain here this evening, but I don't think that's gonna let us keep our spirits down. We're gonna go out and have a good day driving, and come back and enjoy some good food and some good music and everybody's company. And I've already met quite a number of people that have been able to come in for the weekend to see what we got going on here and join us and be a part of this, and that makes me extremely happy that we're still so far into this, and I see a huge crowd of people still standing out here. So for the fringe minority, good on you. That's right, freedom. As Brian would say, they work for us. There you go. There was a lost phone that was brought to me that someone's looking. Did you find it?
Mike.
Okay, where's the guy with the lost phone? Oh, there he is.
Go see him.
If you can unlock it, you can have it.
I'll unlock it if it's still alive.
I know her. I trust her. She's ready.
No, they asked me about it last night. They're like, you know whose phone this is? I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah. I know there's a couple people around that have some flags they want signed. Anybody that's on the convoy consistently knows there's an old fella down on 270 that walks out of the woods pretty much every day with a flag and watches us. So I know there's a lady around here trying to get a flag signed by everybody. Oh, there she is. And she's pushy. She'll make sure you sign it. Don't worry. Those are your words, not mine. Oh man. So, as I said last night, there's more people here now, so we're going to go over it one more time, but we're making steps in the right direction. Yesterday, I know everybody got a little more hate as they were driving around, maybe, as what we've seen in the past, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. To me, that shows that people are getting irritated, maybe irritated at us, which we're obviously not the problem. The cops blocking the roads is the problem, but we continue to do this. Those people are eventually going to start getting on the cops and their, local authorities like the mayor and stuff like that, and that's how they end up listening to us. Until you irritate them enough, they're just going to pretend we don't exist. So we're just going to keep irritating them, like a little kid, you tell something and they ask why, and you give them an answer, and they ask why, and they ask why, and they ask why, and they ask why, and you finally just get irritated, and so that's where the government's about going to be, hopefully, is they're going to get tired of asking why. Yesterday, like I said, there was quite a few people that got in around. They went around Dr. Fauci's house and handed out the books that talk about how much of a loser he is. I love everybody's creativity with all this. It's just absolutely awesome. I don't know who was trimming the tree. That's right. I don't know where Dr. locked them up is, but how about we lock them all up? And that's the whole reason why we're here. I've talked to a couple radio shows and news agencies lately that, everyone's so confused as to why we're here because mainstream or fake stream or whatever you want to call it says that we're here for mask mandates and anti-vax and this and that. And it's not. It's about what? Freedom. Exactly. It's about freedom. It's about the freedom of choice, but about being educated on that freedom of choice, which is where our doctors that have joined with us come in. And then it's about being able to prove that there's no emergency and that we can repeal the Emergency Powers Act so that we have our Constitution back. So then we can hold all these dirtbags that, people died on their watch for their financial gain accountable. And they don't like that word, accountable. And that's where Dr. Lock Them All Up comes into play. That word, every time we've said it in front of any cameras, has just got nothing but blank stares, because accountability is going to be like an avalanche rolling downhill once it starts. Even into the media, which is why they are trying to silence us so bad. Even on social media now, you have to really search to find that we're still here. And a lady from Ohio just told me that she talked to some of her people at home and they didn't even know we were still here doing this. That's how bad they're trying to throttle us back and keep it quiet. But it's going to be really hard to keep it quiet the more we keep doing this, because the truth is going to come out. They can only say false narratives for so long. And we don't give up. This isn't about truck drivers. Everybody I've talked to says, oh, this is a trucker convoy. No, it's not a trucker convoy. It's the people's convoy, right? The trucks are way outnumbered by all the folks in cars and campers and such, which is extremely awesome to me, because as I said the other day, I think everybody in the cars and the campers are ready to do battle. They're excited about being able to go into town. That's right, light that fire. And that's what this is all about, and that's why we called it the People's Convoy. This has nothing to do with trucks or trucking. Are there issues in that we could address at this point? Sometimes, sure. There's a lot of issues in this country that we need to address. I mean, we're paying $5 a gallon for diesel fuel, for crying out loud. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Right, we got border problems, we got all kinds of problems, but the thing I started explaining to people is we all have that right and duty in the Constitution to stop a tyrannical government. But this isn't 1776. We can't go load our muskets and go in guns a-blazing and take over. I mean, I'm sure quite a few of us would love that opportunity. But it's the spirit of 76, but we're doing it in a different way, and that's where the accountability comes in. When we get this Emergency Powers Act repealed and get our Constitution back, we can then hold them accountable, which is going to naturally take away the tyrants that are in the government, because they're going to have to answer for what they've done. And we've successfully at that point taken back over a tyrannical government without having to hopefully revisit 1776 just in spirit.
Nuremberg trials.
That's right, Nuremberg trials. And I hope the police officers, that are blocking the roads understand that that's going to come back on them also, because just because they're following rules doesn't exempt the fact that they're doing something that's actually highly illegal. This shirt I'm wearing is actually a good friend of mine whose husband died in the line of duty a number of years ago. And she rode with me in the truck yesterday, and I had to grab her from jumping out the window at those cops for doing that because she was not happy that that's how they're representing the badge. So hopefully they understand that message at some point and they get tired of being yelled at by their general citizens for blocking the ramp, because I'm sure we've all seen a couple people yell at them all day long. But I hope that none of you are yelling at them because they're doing their job, even though we know it's wrong. Don't engage in the police officers because we don't need to give them a reason. If you go downtown, okay, pay the meter, follow the rules, don't give them a reason to pull you over, other than the fact that, you know, we're America-loving patriots, and apparently that's somewhat illegal in their eyes at this point too. That's about all I have for right now. I know Trucker G wants to say some words here. Him and Mrs. G I've known for a while here, and they've been a big part of getting the word out on what we're doing here. They got quite a following on social media, and they're hanging tough here with us. They didn't even sure they were going to be able to make it the whole way across the country with us, and now it's 2 weeks into camping out here, and they're still here. So other than that, we're going to get ready when we're done here, try and get out of here about 10 o'clock like normal, and run that route I told you, 395 down 295, back to 95, 495 south, back to 270, making a quick little loop today so we can get back here and enjoy our time together as this, I would say, small community, but it's turning into quite a large community here. Everybody's one big happy family here, and we're going to have a good time tonight. God bless everybody. I love you all.
Thank you.
How you doing, guys? You guys hear me all right? You know, as you go out there today, I kind of want you guys to reflect on what it is we're doing here. I ain't got no voice. Is that a little better? All right. I just don't want to spit on nobody, right? As we go out there today, I want you to reflect on what we're here for. We're all a bunch of individuals that have come together under the same cause, the cause for freedom. So remember, when you're out there, even though you don't represent just the People's Convoy, you're representing yourself as an individual, it reflects on the People's Convoy. So be very careful in your words that you use, because we already know the media ain't covering this unless it's negative. And it's going to reflect on all of us. Be really careful on your actions, because not only is it going to reflect on the People's Convoy, it's going to reflect on all of us. So when you go out there and you do something different than what we're here for, you're acting as an individual. But we already know that the media is going to pick it up, and they're going to blame it on us as a whole.
And it reflects on us worldwide.
And you're exactly right, it reflects on us worldwide. So I just kind of want you to think about that before you get up into somebody's face and you get in an argument. Usually with that guy that's arguing with you, ain't going to change his mind. You ain't going to change his mind. So why look like that idiot? Because the only person that's going to pick it up is the media, and they're going to just show you acting like an idiot, even though you're right on what you're saying. So I just kind of want you to think about that a little bit, if you don't mind. Appreciate y'all being here. Kill them with kindness. That's what I love to do. Kill them with kindness. It's a way to say it, guys.
Amen.
All right, appreciate you guys.